hockey fans, and welcome to the Bree Cupoletti Arena, the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia, for My Nine's coverage of high school hockey. Hello again, everyone. Along with the entire Mesabi Community Television production crew, I'm Bob Cohn, along with Reed Larson. Tonight, we're going to call the action of Cloquet Esco Carleton and the Virginia Blue Devils. CEC comes in with a record of 8-7-1, while Virginia comes in with a record of 5-10-2. CEC plays in Section 7 2A. Virginia plays in Section 7 1A. Reed, we've seen CEC play. We've seen Virginia play. On paper, you'd have to say Cloquet a little bit stronger, but that's why they play the game. You never know what can happen tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Bob. We did get an opportunity to see CEC last week over in Grand Rapids, or was that 2 weeks ago? I keep getting all these things mixed up in my mind, but we did see CEC play Grand Rapids and play them to a very tough game, Bob, and you know, they've definitely got one very interesting top line. Christian Galatz scored a lot of points for them this year. I expect him to be very active on the rink as well as on the score sheet tonight. Virginia's going to play their best game. They've got to keep the guys out on the rink that they can have out there to try and put a little bit down on the Galatz line. I would expect to see Ryan Scherf out there quite often when Galatz's line out there. He's one of a few guys that can keep up with him on Virginia's team, but Kangas is going to have a great night between the pipes as well.
CEC's got a couple players back that were out. Cole Kettler returns on that first line. He'll be with Moore and Galatz. I see Travis Berg is back in the lineup also. He'll be with Timon and Dushkin. Then you got Cedar, Durand, and House will be their third line. For Virginia tonight, Ryan Scherf will be with Brandon Peterson and Dylan Drake. Keegan Rudebush and Ben Irvin and Logan Bialke will be a second set. And a third line tonight will have Seth Haber with Eli Carlson and also Chase Powell. So,
but you know, I couldn't pick a better right winger for Ryan Scherf than Dylan Drake. Oh, the guy's got a career playing football after this year, but I'll tell you what, there's nobody on the rink that works harder than Dylan Drake, and he's got the best attitude of everybody on that team. Had a pleasure of coaching him a couple of years ago.
Now it's time for the national anthem, and we'll let you listen as they'll pipe it through our new sound system here at the Miners. Starting the nets tonight for the Blue Devils will be Ian Kangas. Starting for CEC tonight, his first start of the season, sophomore Kyle Abrahamson. So Coach Walters giving his two older goaltenders a night off and see what this youngster can do tonight against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, great opportunity for Coach Walters to maybe dive into the future a little bit. You know, sometimes teams might think, well, geez, you're going to put your backup goalie in against us. What does that say? I'll tell you what it says. It says that he's a smart coach, and he's thinking about the future of his program. You're only going to have those goalies here for another few games that are seniors between the pipes. And then this guy's going to have to ride it the rest of the way through for the next couple of years. So smart move here by Coach Walters to give the young guy an opportunity between the pipes.
Head coach of the Blue Devils is Cale Finsett. His assistants are Evan Friedlieb and Chris Weston. Shea Walters, the head coach of CEC. Eric Hansen, Brian Stevenson, Scotty Kishel. In fact, I had a nice talk with Scotty Kishel tonight, and we'll have that interview after our second period. Scotty played here for the Blue Devils, went to the state tournament back in '05, and he's one of the assistants. Junior varsity game tonight went to Virginia 2-1. They didn't have a goaltender, an active goaltender. One was hurt, one was sick. Travis Peterson said, I'll put the pads on. Virginia wins 2-1, and Travis is the #1 star of the JV game.
I love it. Isn't that something else? You know, somebody steps up, puts the pads on that hasn't done it before, gets W for the JV squad.
Here comes Galatz quickly into the zone. Centering pass right out in front. He tried to hit Moore, but it was intercepted by Sepala. Now Ketela shoots it along the backboards. There's Moore trying to center it. Puck is in that left circle. Still up high now, and Blue Devils trying to get it out. Moore walks in, and a shot and a save was made by Kangas. Boy, quick action already in the Blue Devil end. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot by Baker. Hit some traffic in front. Boy, they battle along the backboards. Ketela took a whack at it. Now it's picked up by Aaron Moore once again. It's in behind the net. Now it comes along the near boards. Blue Devils try to get it out. Baker will keep it in for CEC. In behind where it's grabbed by Nemanich of the Blue Devils. Boy, what a start. CEC putting all kinds of pressure on. CEC now will change their line. Seppel will pick up the puck. He has some trouble. That's time and takes it away. His shot was wide. This is Travis Berg. Will dump it in deep for Dushkin in behind the net. It'll come back to the point. A shot taken by Crane. Save made. Goal! Timon scores a quick one, and it took them 1 minute and 8 seconds to get on the board. CEC.
Well, to be quite honest with you, I was lucky it took that long because of all of the cycling and opportunities to the net. But Cloquet was very patient at their opportunities. That's just a shot from the point and a mishandled rebound by Kangas, and a rebound gets popped in there by Timon, and there you go. It's 1-0 Cloquet with just under a minute, or just over a minute into the game.
And it looks like Crane will get the assist. He took the shot. Shot comes in once again. Another save made. Crane controls the puck. Now it's intercepted. Blue Devils trying to get out. Irvin will get it in center ice for Virginia, and he'll dump it in deep. That's Timon in behind the CEC net, gets it up the boards. Bialke towards the slot area, nobody home, and here comes Dushkin back. Headman's a pass. Almost a tripping call there. A loose puck is picked up by the Blue Devils. This is Bialke. He has it taken away. And CEC will just dump it in. That's Durand in after it for the Lumberjacks. Cedar taking a poke at it. Durand and Cedar. This is Durand trying to control it. He's being pinned against the board by Haber. Now Cedar will grab it. Back for Durand and behind the net. 14:44 to play in our opening period. CEC already with a 1-0 lead. Here's a shot and a save by Kangas. Shot was taken by Brock House.
Just a flip to the net, but hit something and got up into the air. Kangas was able to control that shot. There's going to be a lot of action down in this zone already. Virginia's going to have to regroup and start to maybe lean on hard work and determination down in their zone right now. The skill is just offset here right now with the number of the amount of talent that CEC has. You got a lot of hard workers on the Virginia team. I like watching guys like Ryan Scherf and Dylan Drake go out there and finish checks. But they're going to have to really get feet moving and take time and space away, especially from the Galatz line.
Patton shoots along to Otis. Now Nemanich will put it right back in for Virginia. This is Patton. He could not control it. Ketela gives it to Moore. In center ice. Here comes CEC once again. Moore try to get a pass back, and that did not click. And now Sam Baker will control it in his own end. To Cole Ketela, long pass. He tried to hit Moore. That did not click. This is Cade Anderson coming to the zone. He has it taken away by Brendan Peterson of the Blue Devils. Here's Brendan Peterson, gets it up to Drake. Now coming into the zone is Timon, who's already got a goal. Timon's shot was deflected up into the netting.
Big stop by Kangas there on that place. Nice little poke check to stop Timon when he goes to the backhand.
Boy, Galatz just knocked Scherf on his tail. Back to the point. Here's Anderson's shot over the top of the net. Cross-ice pass. They try to hit Anderson. Here's a shot taken by Kettala.
Boy, the puck movement by that line is just, it's phenomenal with Galatz. And then you get players like Timon that are out there. They just get puck movement going really well. Right now, the Blue Devils are going to have to try and get a grip on maybe a little bit more of an aggressive style in the defensive zone. They're having problems taking time and space away right now. If you get that kind of time and space to skilled players like Galatz and Moore and Timon, even defensemen like Cade Anderson, there's going to be shots to the net, and it's only a matter of time. Kangas can stand in there for so long, but they're going to have to take time and space away, Bob.
Puck comes back to the point. That's Finola. Shot taken, blocker save by Darren Duran's shot. Finola's shot was off a skate, and now Bialke will pick it up. He gets bumped off the play. Rings around the boards to the near side. Tiemann shoots it up the boards, but it'll be kept in. This is Crane's shot right on. Another save by Kangas. Finola lets go of his shot, and it hit a skate, and it goes to the far side. They're just controlling the puck. Here's Cedar in behind the net. Now he'll give it for Durand. House. Here's a shot taken right on. Save made by Kangas. Hard shot taken by House. Under 12 to play in our first period. All the action has been on this east end of the Cupoletti Arena. Here's a shot to goal, scored by Christian Galatz. That's his 23rd of the season.
Well, we'll get an opportunity to see maybe a couple of more replays here after we get a chance to take a break here. But let's take a look at it here right now. Galatz just come right around the front of the net. He gets up high and tight, and it's kind of interesting that we'd worked on that at girls' practice today. Those shots are tough.
We got a break in the action with 11:49 to play in our first period. 2-0 CEC.
I'm in carpentry. We do a lot of woodworking. Right now we're actually building a couple houses. I like the atmosphere, like everybody around here, all the faculty, they really like to help out. My instructor, Leo Lucas, he's been in the field for at least 30 years or so. My goal with carpentry is to work for a larger company down in the cities. My name is Tyler Kemp, and this is my Mesabi story.
House and Durand got the assist on that goal, and it's 2-0 CEC.
Again, great play by Galatz. Just walks right out in front of the net, opens up, Sidney Crosby style, a little mohawk move right out in front of the net, gets right up under it. Like I said before we went to break, we're actually working on that in practice at my girls' practice today. Is in tight, you've got to be able to get the number 2 shovel underneath that puck and get it upstairs, and that's exactly what he did, right over the left shoulder of Ian Kangas.
Boy, a couple of big hits out there on the ice.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, that goal he scored, Bob, that is a goal scorer's goal. Not everybody can get it up that quick and up under the bar, but a guy that scored 20 some odd goals already at this point in the season, that's a guy that can score goals.
He's a special player for CEC, and he picks up the puck once again. Here's Galatz, couple nice moves, trying to go between and through 3 Blue Devils. That didn't quite work, but CEC will keep the puck in. A shot taken, another save, and that goes up into the netting as deflects off Kangas's glove.
Boy, I feel like this line has been out there the whole game. Don't get me wrong, Coach Walters is rolling 3 lines, but they go really quick shifts. They're off and on. They go hard for 30 seconds. They get off, get a quick rest. They're out there in less than a minute.
CEC just has continued to win every faceoff also. They're just control the puck. Here is Timon in behind the net. He'll get it back to the point. A shot taken, hit a lot of traffic in front. That was Patton who took the shot. Now Tiedemann gets pounded into the boards. And finally, the Blue Devils, Tiedemann comes away with the puck. Headmans a pass up. Carlson will just dump it in. 10 minutes to play in our opening period. It's been all CEC so far. We have CEC 2 more times yet this year. We see them when they come into Hermantown.
Well, they're fun to watch here. They're talented, they're skilled. We didn't see everything that they had the night that we had them over in Grand Rapids, but they certainly have, it looks to me, they have everybody back and ready to go here tonight, and they're pretty skilled.
Here's a shot taken by Irvin. And it clears out of the zone. The Blue Devils tried to set it up. That did not click, and it's cleared out. Now the Blue Devils back in their own end have some trouble. CEC's Baker will keep it in deep. House took a whack at it. Here's Baker again. Let's go for a shot deflected. Baker again will keep it in for the Lumberjacks. Now a loose puck is picked up by Irvin. Quickly tapped away by Kate Anderson. Boy, this Anderson's a big kid. He's a skilled player, too. Here's a penalty coming. Oh, I guess they're not going to call a penalty. That looked like there was a CEC player that went down.
Just a little interfered with. I'm not exactly sure if he just got tangled up or if he got the stick out on him or not. But at any rate, they waved it off, Bob.
I will tell you what, though, CEC is really laying the lumber tonight. That's why they're the Lumberjacks.
They're not afraid to have that active stick work, and that right there could end a season for a player.
Here comes the penalty, and Virginia will go on the power play.
Ouch. Virginia's going to have a power play. Ryan Scherf gets and they're lucky, to be honest, that they just called a trip right there. As you see, the leg kind of gets stuck out. And it's not always on purpose, but the leg gets stuck out. He goes knee to knee, and if that is called a kneeing penalty, that could be a 5-minute major. However, they got lucky with just a 5-minute call. But like I said, those types of penalties could ruin a guy's career.
Blue Devils on the power play are at 20%, CEC 75% on the penalty kill, Reed. Here is Moore coming in on the shorty. He'll control it once again. Now it's taken away, and Ryan Scherf coming back for the Blue Devils. Power play time for Virginia. Scherf tried to go around Finola. Blue Devils will set up in their own end on the 5-on-4 advantage. Boy, Glatz almost had a clear break towards the net. Now the Blue Devils coming back. Here's a shot taken by Rudebush. Save made. Maybe that's the first save for Abrahamson. Peterson will give it back to Scherf. Now to Rudebush. Left side. Try to hit Peterson. And Abrahamson with the glove will hold on to it. Break in the action with 7:26 to go. My 9 Sports will continue from Virginia in 30 seconds.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
As we have a face-off, the puck gets shot up into the stands, and we'll do it again. 57 seconds remaining on this man advantage for Virginia. 2-0 CEC. Timon and Glatz with the goals.
Bob, you made a comment a little bit earlier, and I didn't get a chance to respond to that comment, but you talked about how Cloquet has controlled most of the face-offs already, and that's such a big piece when it comes to the puck possession game. Statistically speaking, if you kept track of wins and losses when it comes to face-offs, if you win 80% of your face-offs every single game, that's good for at least a goal a game. And right now, Cloquet, up 2-0, has won about 90% just in this period alone.
CEC tries to clear it out. It'll be kept in by the Blue Devils. This is Rudebush. Try to get it to Peterson. Now down low to Scherf. Centering pass, Rudebush could not control it and it just cleared out of the zone by Baker. Timon will take it away. Here's Timon. Now he goes down. Loose puck is grabbed by Scherf. Kate Anderson in his own end down to Baker. Coming up on 6.5 minutes to play in our first half. Yeah, here I'm thinking about football.
You're thinking football. Yeah, we won't hold it against you.
Well, I was going to ask you a few questions on football. That was in my mind. Here's Peterson coming back. A shot and a save by Abrahamson.
Well, nice little save there by Abrahamson just to get his head on it. Actually, a good shot by Peterson to wake him up. That's one of those things where a goalie maybe has only seen about 4 shots this period. Cole K's got to worry whether he falls asleep or not. But Brendan Peterson just comes down and rips one right up high and hits him in the dome to wake him up a little bit.
Here is Kettler walking goal. Cole Kettler scores for CEC.
Well, that's one we didn't get to see last week, Bob, when we saw Cole K in Grand Rapids. Kettler. Nice little pass across into the zone. Pass comes right across. That was borderline offsides, but I would say still a fair play. Kettler takes the shot right over the right leg pad of Ian Kangas, and they got 3-0 already.
That's the 10th goal of the season for Kettler. And it's 3-0 CEC here in our first period.
Assist is going to come from Kyle Cedar. Boy, you got Johnny Football down here making the PA calls, Bob, and he's not afraid to make sure that Kettler is pronounced the right way, because Kemppanen down there is a Finlander, just like Kettler is. He's going to make sure he pronounces it the right way. You get that here on the range, ladies and gentlemen. You get that because we've got a lot of Finnish people around here. They make sure that they're pronounced the right way.
3-0 CEC with under 5.5 to play in our opening period. Again, junior varsity went to Virginia tonight, 2-1. Callister clears it up the boards. Now Moore will control it in his own end. He is taken away. Here's a shot by Bialke. Save. Puck is loose. And it's cleared away from the slot area. Best chance. Here's a long pass up for Glatz. Here comes Christian Glatz, and all by himself. Another goal for Glatz.
Well, Kettler makes the pass to Galatz, and Galatz just gets a little dipsy doodle in front of the goaltender there. Goes right to the forehand. That's number 2 for the evening. Nice little break. Fakes to the backhand and skips over the leg pad, going right around that right leg pad of Ian Kangas. That's 2 tonight thus far.
23 and 24 on the season.
Christian Galatz.
He had 21 and 22 over in Grand Rapids last week.
Well, now our PA announcer here, John Kemppanen, gets a chance to call another assist to his buddy Kettler.
Johnny Hockey. Everyone's talking about Johnny Hockey.
I like Johnny Football better.
There he goes.
There it is.
Here's a centering pass. Nobody home. It'll be kept in, though, by Finala.
Another one.
Shot along the boards. That's Dushkin. He could not control it, and coming away are the Blue Devils, but they lost it quickly to Finala. Pass up for Timon. Braden Timon gets it back to Finala. He could not control it at the blue line. He'll have to skate back in his own end after it. Cross ice for Crane. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in our opening period. 4-0 for CEC. Here's Timon into the attacking zone. He'll drop it for Dushkin. Left side, Dushkin controls it. Dushkin right out front. Nobody there. They take a whack at it. Crane did. Now it's grabbed by Berg. His shot, save made. Loose puck. Centering pass by Timon. Batted back into the corner. Timon could not control it. Here's a shot by Dushkin. He'll control it again at the side of the net. Logan Dushkin gets it back to Baker at the point. Baker's shot hit traffic, and it's cleared out of the zone by the Blue Devils, and they'll get a line change. Baker in his own end, shoots it back in the Virginia end. Blue Devils, Rudebush will just fire it in, rings around the boards to the far side. They take a whack at it. It's cleared out, but Callister will put it back in for Virginia. Late offside on the Blue Devils. Coming up on 3 to play in our opening period. That's Hopper giving it back for Tiedemann, and it's put back in the CEC zone where Baker gets it into center ice. In front of the scorer's table. Now Ben Irvin of the Blue Devils. His shot goes high, and we're going to take a break. 2:56 to go in the period. My Nine Sports from Virginia will continue in 30 seconds.
Mesabi Range College is, I think, the perfect college for traditional or non-traditional students. I came here to start my nursing career. I really like being able to work with people rather than being secluded. Being able to help people, heal them, that makes a difference, wearing your heart on your sleeve. My name is Becky, and this is my Mesabi story.
Some high-level AA teams to handle. And right now, of course, we're dealing with, there's some guys in and out of the lineup here for the Blue Devils. And the single A team, you're seeing the level of talent and the speed of CEC taking over here in the first period, 4-0. You got to remember, folks, that CEC is right at the top, maybe top 3, 4 at the very lowest as far as seeds in Section 7 AA right now.
There's another good pass, and Kettela puts a shot right on, and Kangas with the save.
If I had to take a look there at Section 7 AA, I would say, as of right now, Andover at number 1. I'd say Grand Rapids at number 2. I'd say Cloquet at number 3 and Duluth East at number 4, just because of the matchup that took place and CEC took down Duluth East. That's not to say Duluth East can't do some special things here and come down the pike, because we all know the Greyhounds and Mike Randolph have their way of creating magic, especially at the end of the year.
Here's Galatz. Now to Moore in that corner. Aaron Moore gets it back to the point. A shot taken right on. Kangas with a save. Kettelund behind the net. Scherf goes in after the puck. Kettle and Scherf battle for it. Now coming away with it for the Blue Devils is Tiedemann. He'll just flip it. It'll go right on goaltender Abrahamson, so they'll wave off the icing. Patton will give it to Galatz. Here comes Galatz in center ice. Carries the puck in the attacking zone. Quickly, Irvin comes back. He gets it up to Bialke. Bialke coming in by himself, scores. Logan Bialke scores for the Blue Devils with 1:02 to go in our period.
Well, got a little greedy there on the Cloquet-Esco Carleton side of things. They had 4-man in the rush. Bialke stays back, a quick turnover, and the puck's going the other direction. They're chasing him down. Bialke just goes right up over the glove side of Abrahamson. But again, you get a little greedy there in the period. You get lots of offense going for CEC. 4 goals in the first period. You get 4 men jumping in. Maybe even almost a 5th guy coming in on the rush. Puck quick turns over. And guess what? Now you got a breakaway for Virginia and a goal. Nice way to end the period for Virginia, just to kind of stop the snowball effect from happening already in the first period, Bob.
Isn't it something already? All the action we've had.
Lots of action. 5 goals in the first period already scored. So Keegan Rudebush will have an assist on that one, it looks like. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct.
Here's a shot and a goal by Timon.
Well, that's 2 tonight for Timon already. A little breakdown in the corner, and Timon's free and right in front of Ian Kangas. Goes to the backhand. Nice body taken there up on the boards, and the puck just kind of found its way to Timon in front of the net. At any rate, that's 5 goals scored there. That's Timon's second of the night already.
Timon and Glatz each with 2 goals tonight for CEC.
Kettala has the other one. Or if I'm pronouncing it right for Kempinen, our PA announcer, it's Kettala.
Yep. Here's Brockhouse's shot right on, and Kangas with a save with 3.9 seconds remaining here in the opening period.
Well, I can feel the pain right now of Virginia after the first period, Bob. We had a similar effect during Hockey Day. It was a fun experience for our girls down there, but we ran into a pretty tough Blake, and they were hot with the sticks, and we were not. So it was an interesting day.
Maybe we'll talk about that when we get some time in the next period.
For sure.
We've played 17 minutes of hockey. It's all CEC so far, with the Lumberjacks on top of the Virginia Blue Devils by a score of 5-1.
Good morning, officer.
Morning. How's it going today, ma'am?
I just want you to know, I love this city. I can always find a parking place, and I never have to parallel park. Look here, every car is bunched up over on that side of the street, so it makes it really easy for me to park. And what's so odd is that yesterday, every car was on that side of the street.
Well, ma'am.
Oh, just call me Yvette. And what was your name?
I'm Chad. It's nice to meet you, Yvette. Calendar parking is why all these cars are on this side of the street. Here in Virginia, we have calendar parking, so that way the cars are on the right side, so that way it makes it a little easier. So now, on an even day, you would park on the even side of the street as the addresses. So you see these house numbers over here all have even numbers. So on an even day, you park on that side. On an odd day, you would park on the same side of the street as the odd number houses. So during the winter months of November through April, we try to make sure that cars are parked on the even or odd side of the street, depending on the calendar day.
So you're going to give me a ticket? I thought you were so nice.
I am nice, and I'll tell you why I'm nice. Because the Virginia Police Department, when calendar parking is followed, it ensures that our city crews can get out and plow all the roadways after a major snow event. Also, it makes it a lot safer for all the pedestrians and all other traffic in the area. Besides that, many of the streets in Virginia are narrow, so when it comes to emergency vehicles getting through, it's nice to have all the vehicles parked on the right side of the roadways, so ambulances, fire trucks, squad cars, even just regular vehicles can get through.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes, I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I was going to say is actually during the summer months, calendar parking changes a little bit. We try to make it a little easier for everybody. So from the months of May through October, you only have to worry about switching sides every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you make sure that you park on the odd side of the street. And on the evening of the 16th, you swap over to the even side of the street for the rest of the month. And just one more thing.
Yes?
How about you move your vehicle to the proper side of the street and we'll call it even.
Oh, I could just hug you. Can I hug you?
No, ma'am. But you need to know that calendar parking always starts the previous evening. So at 6 p.m. the previous night, you always park for the very next day.
Call me Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette.
Coach, you're unbeaten in 2020. You've got 3 wins, 2 ties this year, so it's really a nice start to 2020. Let's talk about the past few games.
Yeah, the guys, I mean, we struggle a little bit still to keep moving our feet, and we talk about effort a lot, but I think in the past 2-3 games, the effort has been there. They're coming to play, and it's nice to get some wins on the board and some ties. It keeps them excited about coming back to the rink as well.
Last game out, you played the North Shore last Tuesday night here, and you got a 6-3 victory.
That's a big win, especially when we only played North Shore one time. It's a 4-point game going into seeding, so we really needed that, and we got a lot of help from Brendan Peterson, Ryan Scherf. We got good goaltending by Ian Kangas, so it was a good win for our team.
Cloquet Esco Carleton tonight, a very good Section 7 2A hockey team. I've seen them play a couple of times, and they're very explosive. They had some kids out. They've got those kids back, and boy, they're going to come at the Blue Devils.
They are, and we got to play positional hockey. I talk about it all the time. We can't get beat off the boards. We can't get caught in odd man rushes coming back to net. We got to have good goaltending by Ian Kangas tonight. But if we come ready to play, move our feet, hopefully we can have a real competitive game.
Thursday night's a big night. You go over to the Hippodrome. That place is going to be so packed because it's a very special night. It's where the schools are going to come together and they're going to name their the name of the school, the mascot, and the colors.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge night. I just found out today that the gate is going to be free so they can get everybody in. They don't want to be taking tickets at the door to hold up the line. So my assumption is that's going to be a sold-out game. In between the first and second, our squirts will play their squirts, and then in between the second and third will be the revealing of the new school name, mascot, colors, all that. So it's going to be a real exciting night.
And then Saturday, you have a makeup date. The game that was supposed to be played last Saturday in Sartell, you've rescheduled now for this coming Saturday.
Yeah, we got canceled due to the weather last Saturday, and we'll make that up this Saturday. We have 3 games in 6 days, 7 days, and so we'll get a lot of games under our belt and get ready to move into section play. I just got the schedule for section seeding. That's coming up, and so where we go and seed, and that's down in Proctor this year. So it's coming to an end, and we're playing better hockey, and I'm proud of the guys for that.
Well, that's the real important thing, and you got another big game up in the Falls on the 31st. That's going to be a huge game for maybe the number 3, 4, 5 seed.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game, and they play. It's I don't know. I didn't grow up playing International Falls, but talk to Evan and Chris. They come to work every night, and they're tough, and they're tough to play up there too. So we're going to have to come ready to play.
Okay, Coach, nice talking with you, and we'll be ready for our second period after this timeout.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs. The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
I'm in carpentry. We do a lot of woodworking. Right now we're actually building a couple houses. I like the atmosphere, like everybody around here, all the faculty, they really like to help out. My instructor, Leo Lucas, he's been in the field for at least 30 years or so. My goal with carpentry is to work for a larger company down in the cities. My name is Tyler Kemp, and this is my Mesabi story.
Second period just underway. The Blue Devils put the first shot on net to start our second period. Action now in the east end as the Blue Devils put a little pressure on, and now quickly coming away with the puck is Baker. He lost control of it and is cleared back in neutral ice. Anderson will give it off to Galatz. Here comes Christian Galatz, who's already got 2 tonight, looking for that hat trick. Centering pass right out in front. And it was tipped to the back wall by Ryan Scherf. Puck is high slot area. Kettle will kick it out. His thickest shot was just wide. Boy, Kettle had a great chance. He had that corner too. Irvin cross ice pass. And now Kettle took a whack at it. Kettle's long pass up to Glatz. Here he walks in all by himself. And then he kind of overskated it. And the puck was taken away by Callister of the Blue Devils.
Nice little stretch pass back there from the other end of the rink. And caught Galatz flying on the far blue line. Almost had the chance to cash in on the hat trick, Bob, but got shut down there. Just got a little handcuffed with the puck. Couldn't get the shot off there.
Kind of interesting to see what Coach Finseth told his kids in between periods.
You know, it was interesting listening to what your interview said with him too, Bob, is that he's had to stress more so at the beginning of the year effort. As of late, with a couple of wins here in the new year, the effort's been better, but I feel like maybe that first period they got caught on their heels a little bit, and that's one thing that you can control. Sometimes you can't control how much skill a team has over what you've got, but what you can control is how hard you work, and I feel like Finseth maybe had a conversation about, you just got to try a little harder. You got to work a little harder. Dig deeper.
CEC putting the pressure on once again. This is Dushkin controlling it. Now Crane back to Dushkin. Dushkin slot area, walks right in. And he lost control of it. Bialke taps it to the near boards. Dushkin in behind continues to work hard. He controls it on the left side. Here's a shot from the slot area. Shot taken by Berg. Berg will control it once again. Timon, who's already got 2 goals. He had it tapped away. Dushkin, and now it's picked up by Rudabush, and he'll just ice the puck for the Blue Devils, and he'll be able to get all 5 skaters off and get 5 new skaters on the ice.
You know, that's something that you can do in high school hockey, whether it be boys or whether it be girls, is you get in trouble, you can ice the puck. Just get rid of it, get it down the ice. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do. If you just keep throwing it up the wall or throwing it up the middle, you're going to give up shots on net. The one good thing about high school hockey is you don't have to keep your line out there like you do in the pros, juniors, or college. If you ice the puck in junior, pro, or college, you got to keep that specific line out there. In high school, you don't.
Shot hit the side of the iron, the outside of the net. Shot right on, and a save made. That was Carson Patton who took the shot. Back to the point, a shot taken by Ochis. Patton again controls the puck, shot right on, and a save made. 13:22 to go here in our second period. It's 5-1 for CEC.
But you can already see Coach Walters is being fairly generous with his third line here, and some fourth line players as well too. He obviously couldn't play the fourth line in the first period. Most likely those guys were in the JV game for at least a period. So he definitely was at least there playing the third line a little bit more often, being somewhat generous as far as not running the score up here already in the second period.
Here comes Duran putting it in for CEC. He'll go into the corner, tapped away by Sepla, and behind the net. Brandon Peterson will grab it for Virginia. He just throws it the length of the ice, and I guess they're going to wave off this icing.
That hit a stick at center ice. I'm not sure whose it hit, but it hit something.
This is Cade Anderson coming back. Boy, he's a big horse on defense. Big, strong, skilled player for CEC.
It's a big guy that can skate, Bob. He's got some good skill. He's got some good speed. And when you're that big, it's fairly easy to protect the puck.
Irvin tries to clear it out. It'll be kept in by Moore. Now Kettle will go in after it. He gives it to Galatz. Side of the net, Moore. in that corner. Nebnich is on him for Virginia. 2 for each team battling for it. Nebnich comes away with it, but Moore now takes away side of the net, and it's cleared away from the slot area by Sepala of the Blue Devils. Baker will fire it right back in. Kangas will drop it off for Nemanich. He just will ice the puck. And we will have a break in the action. Play continues in 30 seconds from the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
Bialke tries to come out of the zone. Kept in by Ketela. Anderson taking a whack at it. He'll get it in deep for the Lumberjacks. Now Tiedemann of Virginia off the backboards. Comes off funny. Rudebush will control it. He stops and goes the other way. Tiedemann cross-ice pass. Try to hit Bialke. That did not click, and Anderson will just put it right back in for the Lumberjacks.
Well, that was a good breakout to start off with. Nice little reverse behind the play, but that cross-ice pass has to be in a position where someone can control it. If it's going to bounce over sticks, it's going to go right back to their defenseman and dump right back in the zone. Nice little reverse, though.
Here's Dushkin in behind the net. Pass to Anderson, goes right on goaltender Kangas, and he'll just cover up. We see CEC 2 more times this year. Next week, we see him in Hermantown. The week after, at the Heritage Center against Duluth East.
Yeah, and then I think we see him again in February in Grand Rapids. Or no, that's Hermantown that we see again. Yep.
Hermantown, we see Hermantown about 3 times in the next couple weeks.
Yes.
Or I should say our fans will see them on My 9. Shot from the point, hit a lot of traffic in front. Here's a blast taken by Finola. Again, lots of traffic in front. Cedar battles for the truck. Gets it to the slot area. House's shot rolls right on. Kangas with the save. Another shot, another save. Crane took a whack at it. Shoots around the boards to the far side. Hobart tried to control it.
Well, that looked like it stung a little bit there. Eli Carlson took one there pretty hard into the foot. Blocked the shot.
Sometimes you pay the price, but
well,
that's
you know
what a team player's about.
I'll tell you what, it hurts a heck of a lot less if you block a shot and it creates a breakaway for your teammate, and then they score and you get an assist from it. It hurts a heck of a lot less.
CEC continues to control the puck with Timmins. Goes shot by Crane right there. Duran took a whack at it. They're just so big and skilled.
They got some guys that can play, and you know, we said earlier that, you know, I think Coach Walters is going to be somewhat generous with his third and his fourth line guys here come the third period. He has played his third line quite a bit more this period than he did the first period, but you know what? You can't take away that opportunity for your first line guys either. That's not fair.
Yep.
These guys have to get into a groove too. They're going to be playing as the end of the season, guys that you're going to rely on. So yeah, as soon as he sees that these guys get the points that they deserve, that they should get, he's going to start shutting this line down. It's kind of hard not to play him, you know.
Right.
I think about that just as a coach too, is, you know, you always think, okay, well, you don't want to demoralize a team, but at the same time, you don't want to sit down your top players just because you feel bad for the other team. You want those guys to be able to get their chances to keep playing.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a catch-22.
Scherf pass, and it will not click. It'll be icing on Virginia.
At any rate, right now, the game is not that far out of hand. It's 5-1. All the scoring took place in the first period. Virginia hanging in there, to be quite honest with you. Ian Kangas is kind of hanging in there for them at the moment. He's made a couple of pretty big saves.
He was credited for just 10 in the first period.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think there was quite a bit more.
Seemed like it anyways. Here's a shot, Kangas with another save.
But he sure has settled in here in the second period. I can't say that all of the goals in the first period were all his fault either. Some of them just were great plays by CEC, but he's making the saves he should be making right now.
Back to the point. Patton, let's go of a shot. Again, hits lots of traffic in front. Timon battles for it along the boards. Timon will control it. Takes it in behind. Dushkin's right in front. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot taken, was just wide, right from the slot area. That shot was taken by Berg. Here's Dushkin, right out front. Timon.
Great defensive play there by the CEC defenseman out there. Catches the puck, lays it back down, keeps it in, and makes a play.
Battling along the end boards. Now it comes up near the half board. And it's cleared back into neutral ice. Delayed offside. Rudebush will just clear it into center. 8 minutes to go in our second period. Now Irvin is back and try to get it to Bielke.
Oh, wow,
and
what a
Bielke almost
save.
got number 2.
What a save. Nice play by Ben Irvin. Slides it across. Bielke makes a play, but a bigger save by Kyle Abrahamson.
Breaking the action with 8:02 to play in our period. My 9 Sports from the Miners will continue in 30 seconds. Callister will keep it in for Virginia and behind the net. Now Baker tries to control it. Puck is loose to the side. And now finally coming away with the puck is Cedar. Into the attacking zone. Here's Cedar's pass right out front. Try to hit House. Cedar will control it once again.
Great back check there by Tommy Nemnich to make sure that that play doesn't get any farther to the net.
Elijah Carlson will dump it in for Virginia. Baker will leave it for Anderson. Here's Kate Anderson. And Callister will put it back in for Virginia. Rings around the boards to the near side. Sam Baker in the corner now comes in behind his net. Just over 7 to play in our second period. 5-1 CEC. Neither team has scored here in this period. Off House, and it goes into the attacking zone, although the Lumberjacks now on a complete line change. Callister had it taken away at the blue line. Now the loose puck is grabbed by Galatz, gives it to Moore. Moore gets a pass back from Crane. Well, his shot was just wide. Kettle will pick it up. He gets pinned in that corner, goes down. This is Aaron Moore. He'll leave it for Kettle once again. Now Galatz, centering pass right out front, and goaltender will just cover up. Kangas has seen a lot of pucks again this period.
A little extra jousting there in front of goaltender Kangas. And I guess I don't blame the Virginia guys to make sure that they clear some guys out of there. But we had, it looked like a complaint there from Matt Callister as he was kind of skating away. Must have got a stick up under the chin. High stick got up high there.
Reed, you'll be gone on Thursday with your girls hockey team, and we'll be doing the Proctor-Hermantown game from the Hermantown Ice Arena Thursday night on My 9 Sports. I've got to go solo. I don't know if I can handle it. It sure helps to have your knowledge helping with these games.
Well, whatever you want to call it, it might just be
you bring so much to it. You know, so many X's and O's.
The dead time there, the dead space, I can fill that in.
Here's a shot. Kangas with another save. The puck goes up high. And our cameraman on the end had to duck for cover.
Boy, you saw Buddha go diving behind the scoreboard on that one. He was not getting hit with a puck that goes up over the scoreboard. Holy mackerel. Yeah, our girls team will be at home for our second meeting. The Lightning will be playing against the CEC girls team, who has gone quite a few games in a row. I can't remember what it is, 17 or 18 games unbeaten. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen, but I think they still are unbeaten in 17 or 18 games. So we get a chance to play them at home. Senior night.
Oh, that should be a fun night.
Yeah.
And a big crowd there because, you know, those are two good hockey teams.
Absolutely. Yep. We should have a decent crowd.
Here's Galat scores his hat trick. Christian Galat, the toe drag bingo.
And I've got one word that sums up that play, and it is spelt W-O-W. Wow.
Watch how he drags.
He pulls the puck to the center. Little backhand toe drag, forehand toe drag up under the bar. Tink, bar south, hat trick. And again, we've talked a number of times about when you know how to score goals, you know how to score goals. Christian Galatz knows how to score goals.
That's 3 tonight. He's got 25 goals on the season.
Holy mackerel, was that a shot?
Just over 5 minutes to play in our second period. It's a 6-1 lead for CEC. Now Bialki tries to control the puck for the Blue Devils. Comes right to the slot area. And quickly it's grabbed by Patton. Here's a long pass. Timon on the backhand. A shot taken. Oh, boy, what a chance by Travis Berg. Now
Nice little pass across by Timon, by Braden Timon to get that over to Berg. He just couldn't get all of it and ended up sailing that one wide.
Berg will dump it in deep with 4:25 to second period. It's 6-1 CEC. Now Tiedemann after it. Darren Durand in after it for CEC. Powell tries to clear it out. This is Patton once again on his backhand. Takes in the corner. Powell takes it away. Durand took a whack at it. And finally, the Blue Devils will get it into neutral ice. This is Ben Irvin. He gets pinned in the corner. The puck comes right to the slot area. And quickly, CEC will clear it away. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play here in our second period. They'll wave off the icing as the puck goes in behind Kangas. Nemanich will give it to Sepala. This is Brady Sepala looking for somebody. Gives it to Bialki. He just fires it into neutral ice, and it goes all the way into the CEC zone. Now Anderson tries to clear it out. This is Seth Hubbard. Oh, nice pass. Here's a shot taken, a save by Abrahamson. Oh, nice chance by Jordan Mast of the Blue Devils. Now House gets it into neutral ice. He lost control of. Here comes Baker back for the Lumberjacks. Now Kate Anderson. Right out front of the shot. Where is the puck? Cleared away from the slot area. Here is Ketela. He goes down right in front. Kangas with a save. Puck is still his. Ketela's shot off the pipe and in. Cole Ketela scores, and we're going to take a break. We'll show you the replay when we come back. 2:44 to play in our period. My Nine Sports continues in 30 seconds from Virginia.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
7-1 CEC. They scored 5 in the first. They've added 2 more now here in the second as we watch that goal on the replay.
A few great chances there in front of the net. Actually, we missed 1 rebound. There was 2 rebounds that were there before Ketela actually buries the final one there in front of the net. And again, ladies and gentlemen, there's only so many things that a goaltender can do. Puck's got to get cleared out in front of the net. It's their job to make the first save and maybe the second save, but a third one, we've got to get pucks cleared out in front of the net. So I'm sure Coach Finseth and his defensive coach, Evan Friedlieb, will be talking about clearing bodies and clearing pucks out from in front of the net.
So you got beat 8-0 on Thursday night. You played at Parade Stadium, part of Hockey Day, Minnesota.
Yeah, you know what? It was a great experience. The way I state it is this, Bob, is aside from the score of the hockey game, things could have went a little bit different. The team that we were playing is ridiculously talented. I wouldn't say that team is 8-0 better than us, but that night they were. You know, maybe a 5-2 game, a 6-2 game, give or take here and there, but the experience of all of it, Bob, was just unbelievable. People asked if we got cold. There was not one moment where the girls that were playing the game got cold or the coaches on the bench got cold. Not one point in time. Maybe the goaltender, Emily Trask, she might have got a little tired because she's not sitting in the bench where they've got radiant heat coming up there for you while you're sitting there. But what an experience. It was so fun to be invited to that. And like I said, aside from us getting beat 8-0, it was just a wonderful bonding opportunity for all of our girls. And the next day, we spent about 3 hours at the Ronald McDonald House doing some volunteering, which was also a great experience for everybody involved.
You bet. Super, super. And next year, it's going to Mankato. Be interesting to see where it's going to go in 2022. It's got to come back up north.
I would think maybe it's going to come back somewhere closer to the Metro and then back up north after that. They go to the cities or the Metro every other year, regardless if they're going to go north or south.
Yeah,
I think they feel like it's easier for the Wild to do that.
We're into our final 65 seconds of the second period, 7-1 CEC. This is time to try to control it. And now it'll be kept in. Dushkin in behind the Blue Devil net. Dushkin centering pass right in front, another goal. Here's Timon now with the hat trick. Dushkin to Timon.
Well, 2 guys here with a hat trick tonight so far. You've got Timon with the hat trick, as well as Christian Galatz. But a mishandled puck behind the net and a pass out front by Dushkin to Timon, and Timon just one-times that puck right into the back of the net. Nice little turn there. Well, I thought it was a turnover. I guess he had control of it right away. Made a power turn behind the net. Little misdirect. Found Timon coming down the slot and buried it.
Puck gets cleared all the way back into the CEC end. 35 seconds remaining here in our second period. In behind the net, that's Hunter Finola. Now Brockhouse coming into the Blue Devil zone. Here is House. Blue Devil D goes down. House is centering pass. Try to hit Cedar. Now Raleigh Sepula will flip it off the boards. Tries to get it out of the zone. Here they're attacking once again. A shot was just wide. 6 seconds to go. Crane will keep in, gives it to House, and now it's taken away, and our second period is in the books. We've played 2 from the Cupoletti Arena in Virginia. It's 8-1 CEC, and we'll have our interview after this timeout. And I'm visiting with Scott Kishel, the assistant coach at CEC. And Scott, you're no stranger to this arena. Played back here for the Blue Devils many years ago and went on to play for UMD and now coaching at CEC. Tell me a little bit about your role working with Coach Walters at CEC.
Just, helping out in any aspect that I can. Kind of just, report to Shea, and, he asks me what I might look at and what I might see on the back end or anything like that. And likewise with the forwards, and, just contribute in any part that I can to help the boys be, get a little bit better and keep moving forward from there. And, mainly to show up and have some fun.
I've seen CEC play twice now. The viewers are going to have a chance to see him again next week when we have a game in Hermantown. We're going to see him the week after when you got a game against Duluth East. CEC, a lot of people like the Lumberjacks, and they think they could possibly win the section this year.
Yeah, you know, we like our odds as well, and we just got to kind of keep focusing on our game, getting a little bit better, and, you know, we're kind of in the meat and potatoes of the season here, so bringing a good effort, and, you know, it's time to shine for a lot of those guys, and hopefully we can make a run through the meat of it. So
some of your injured players are back, definitely going to shore up that first line. I think one of the best players I've seen is that number 7, Christian Galatz. He's just an outstanding hockey player, and now he's got Cole Kettela back in that line with them, along with Aaron Moore, and I think they're one of the best lines in the section.
Yeah, they're pretty dynamic, fun to watch, and, you know, it's very crafty galley, so it's you never know what he's going to pull, and makes it exciting, and Shay and I have fun watching it, and obviously fun coaching it, and hopefully you know, he keeps inspiring younger kids, and likewise with the guys on the team to, you know, be creative, and, you know, there's no cap on it in this sport, so it's a lot of fun.
Checking your schedule, I see you've played an awful tough schedule. Eden Prairie and Egan and Duluth East and Grand Rapids, and the only way to get better is you got to play the best, and you've been doing that.
Yep, no, we've got a very solid schedule, so we take a lot of pride in that, and playing Double-A, and you know, Coach Walters and myself, we have a lot of fun coming back up and playing on the range and playing Northern Minnesota hockey, so we have fun with it, and, you know, mixing it in, it's a good recipe for everything, for all the kids to get exposure and play with some better teams.
Where do you think the team is right now as you're about 2/3 of the way into your season? Where are some of the areas you're still working on to try to improve?
D-zone is a lot. You know, the more we can keep that puck out of our own end, we've got the scoring on the front side, and would like to see a few other kids click and put the puck in the back of the net, but you know, every little thing's an improvement, and we always preach just getting a little better each day, so if we can roll with that, we'll be set.
Okay, we really appreciate Scott Kishel back here at the Miners Memorial Building, where he played for the Blue Devils, went on to play for UMD.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging, everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
With the support of many fine sponsors such as these over the years, Mesabi Community Television and Locker Talk have been able to continue expanding. With announcer Bob Cohn and cameramen like Darwin Aller, Javante George, and Justin Pullman, and with support from our program manager Lindsay George, In cooperation with Virginia's public schools and the City of Virginia, we've been able to keep upgrading. Currently, we can be seen live and via tape delay on Channel 5, YouTube, and Facebook. Mesabi Community Television will also continue to bring you sports from Mesabi East, Mountain Iron Buell, and Chisholm schools. Your mutual cooperation allows everyone to come out ahead.
Good morning, officer.
Morning. How's it going today, ma'am?
I just want you to know, I love this city. I can always find a parking place, and I never have to parallel park. Look here, every car is bunched up over on that side of the street, so it makes it really easy for me to park. And what's so odd is that yesterday, every car was on that side of the street.
Well, ma'am.
Oh, just call me Yvette. And what was your name?
I'm Chad. It's nice to meet you, Yvette. Calendar parking is why all these cars are on this side of the street. Here in Virginia, we have calendar parking, so that way the cars are on the right side, so that way it makes it a little easier. So now, on an even day, you would park on the even side of the street as the address is. So you see these house numbers over here all have even numbers. So on an even day, you park on that side. On an odd day, you would park on the same side of the street as the odd number houses. So during the winter months of November through April, we try to make sure that cars are parked on the even or odd side of the street, depending on the calendar day.
So you're going to give me a ticket? I thought you were so nice.
I am nice, and I'll tell you why I'm nice. Because the Virginia Police Department, when calendar parking is followed, it ensures that our city crews can get out and plow all the roadways after a major snow event. Also, it makes it a lot safer for all the pedestrians and all other traffic in the area. Besides that, many of the streets in Virginia are narrow, so when it comes to emergency vehicles getting through, it's nice to have all the vehicles parked on the right side of the roadways, so ambulances, fire trucks, squad cars, even just regular vehicles can get through.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes, I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I was going to say is actually during the summer months, calendar parking changes a little bit. We try to make it a little easier for everybody. So from the months of May through October, you only have to worry about switching sides every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you make sure that you park on the odd side of the street. And on the evening of the 16th, you swap over to the even side of the street for the rest of the month. And just one more thing.
Yes?
How about you move your vehicle to the proper side of the street and we'll call it even.
Oh, I could just hug you. Can I hug you?
No, ma'am. But you need to know that calendar parking always starts the previous evening. So at 6 p.m. the previous night, you always park for the very next day.
Call me Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette.
Looking for some more Northland scores as I scroll down the Hockey Hub scoring. Andover final. That was on Saturday, actually. That was against Anoka. Was 8-5. So just taking a look at some pretty important Section 7 scores. Tuesday night, not necessarily the busiest night here in the Northland with games, but a few from the area are going.
Saves so far in the game. Ian Kangas has made 22 saves after 2 periods, while Kyle Abrahamson has 10 saves after 2 periods. Only 2 penalties in the hockey game so far, both on CEC, 1 for 2 minutes and 1 for 10 minutes. So 2 penalties for 12 minutes. Virginia has not had a penalty tonight. And during our post game, we'll run down all the scoring for our viewers. And we are in running time now in the 3rd period due to the 6-goal differential. Puck will be kept in the zone by Patton, and he scores.
And a shot to the net there, quick shot by Patton, and right now you see a different lineup up there of guys that are on that first line. We'll get back to that in a second. A shot there just was taken from the point by Patton and just kind of had eyes as Kangas couldn't see where that thing was going. But that first group out there was -1 player, and it was, I didn't hear the exchange, but apparently in the second period there was some unhappiness there by Galatz, and he ends up taking a few minutes sit down here in the penalty box after the second period. So they had somebody else playing on that first line with Kettala and more.
So Patton gets the goal, and it's now 9-1. Clock is just rolling along. Puck comes into the Virginia zone once again, where Raleigh Sepula will clear it and neutralize. Now Kate Anderson coming into the zone. Anderson tried to center it. Puck was grabbed by Berg. Intercepted now by Scherf of Virginia. And Virginia able to clear it out of the zone. Finala will put it right back in. Sepla took a whack at it, taken away. Here's Dushkin. He's tried to center it for Timon. Nice play by Scherf, back checking, and was able to step in front of that pass.
I think we talked about this at the break there at one point in time. I feel like the shots on goal and saves for Kangas are way off. He's had way more shots than what have been recorded. Am I right?
I think there's been more.
I feel like there's been more shots and more saves, but just getting text messages from a good friend, Jim Zupitz, texted me and said, I think that he had 5 saves in one shift here just a couple minutes ago. Yeah. I would agree with you. I think that the shots are just a hair off. At any rate, if I were that kid, I'd be wanting those stats updated, especially with 9 goals that have been scored. I want to make sure I get the saves that I'm supposed to get on the stat sheet.
Net comes up off the mooring. Well, coming into the game, he had a save percentage of 92%. He had allowed 32 goals on 408 shots, a 2.83 goals against. Clock continues to roll along. Here's another shot that hits the pipe. It's right out in front of the net, goes right through the crease area. Brock House gets it back to the point. Shot just deflected in front. Shot taken by Kaysen Olsen, who's on the ice. One of the 7 defense that Coach Walters rotates. Battling in the corner for the puck. Just again to let our engineers know that we will be taking timeouts. The clock will be continuing to run all along, though. And we'll just try to work our timeouts, the 3 timeouts, as quickly as we can here, as we are in running time, 9-1. Puck is loose in the circle area. That's Duran.
Because of the mercy rule, probably doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to try and get the TV timeouts, as the clock will continue to run. So likely the referees will drop the puck in between timeouts anyways.
This is Drake. His pass intercepted. Here's Aaron Moore. Backhand save made by Kangas. Boy, Drake put it right on Moore's stick. Here is Moore again. Very crafty player. Actually, the point I'm trying to make, it wasn't really trying to knock the Virginia player. I was just trying to point out how skilled that Cocaine
absolutely
player is.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's Anderson right out in front, and it's cleared away. Moore was right there again. Aaron Moore controls the puck. Circular. Pass goes Baker off the side of the net. And we're going to take our first break. 12:22. The clock is running. My 9 Sports from the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia.
Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports, and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
As we come back to action, Logan Dushkin has just scored goal number 10.
Well, goal number 10, and Logan Dushkin comes right just seconds after the faceoff, walks off the wall on his backhand straight to the net and throws it on the net and gets number 10 of the evening.
Here's Cedar coming in. Puck comes back to the point. That's Olsen keeping it in deep. We've got a penalty coming. We've got a tripping penalty, so Virginia will go on the power play once again.
Well, they'll go ahead and put a power play up there for the Blue Devils. It appears that Cedar will take a seat for tripping.
Blue Devils on the power play again, 20% on the season on 54 attempts. Penalty kill for CEC, 75%. And I know Coach Walters wants to get that up a little bit higher as he gets to postseason.
Yeah, typically when you're looking at, penalty kills and power play percentages, if you can take the two of those percentages and add them together and it be over 100, you're sitting pretty. But below 80% on the penalty kill is not what a good high school hockey team should be striking at. So he's going to need to work on that penalty kill a little bit. But the power play, if that can be anywhere above 25 to 30%, that's sitting at a pretty good power play percentage.
Blue Devils have put a couple nice shots on goaltender Abrahamson.
I feel like penalty kill, in most cases, deals with players that do a very good job of stops and starts in the defensive zone, facing the puck, skating in straight lines, and if your team takes pride in blocking shots, your penalty kill is going to be pretty good. Also, things that contribute to a good penalty kill is going to be great goaltending, and we know that Cloquet Carleton has good goaltending, so I'm not going to say that's a reason for being below 80, but I am going to say that, strategically, they have to probably get a little better at blocking shots if that's going to be the case and trying to get that over 80%.
Here's Nemanich back in his own end. Blue Devils have 30 seconds remaining on this 5-on-4. Just over 9 minutes to play in tonight's hockey game. CEC with a 10-1 lead on Virginia. Kangas will just drop it off. The Blue Devils trying to regroup with one more power play attempt, but quickly the puck is taken away, and CEC's Finala will just shoot at the length of the ice. They'll run out the clock on the penalty, and both teams will be skating 5-a-side with just under 9 minutes to play. This is Finala, gets it up to Dushkin off his skate. Now the loose puck is grabbed. Coming in is Berg. Puck is loose. Dushkin puts a shot on. Boy, Kangas continues to see a lot of shots. Here's Crane taking a shot, and a Blue Devil goes down as he took that one.
Well, that's a great block shot there. It looked like that was Bialke that took that shot, blocked it. He's struggling there at center ice to get up. That stings a little bit.
Oh, yes, it does. 8:22 to play. So let's take a break. 10-1. You're viewing tonight's telecast on My 9 from the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia.
I'm in carpentry. We do a lot of woodworking. Right now we're actually building a couple houses. I like the atmosphere, like everybody around here, all the faculty, they really like to help out. My instructor, Leo Lucas, he's been in the field for at least 30 years or so. My goal with carpentry is to work for a larger company down in the cities. My name is Tyler Kemp, and this is my Mesabi story.
Well, they helped Logan Bialke to the bench, and that was a good stinger. That one hurt.
Yeah, he's getting attended to by athletic trainer Brad Kern. Looked like he took that one right on the top of the foot, and there, if that gets in between or underneath the shin pad, it's a little softer area there. You don't realize how bad that hurts if it doesn't hit you on plastic on the skate and hits the leather. That stings.
Here comes Irvin back for the Blue Devils. Pass comes up to Dushkin. He could not control it, and now the Blue Devils try to center it, and it goes all the way back into their own zone. Sepla gets it up to Irvin off his skate. Irvin controls it, and he'll put it in. They just haven't been able to get anything generated tonight offensively. A couple times, but
You know, a few turnovers, few breakdowns by the Lumberjacks has opened up a few opportunities for, you know, the breakaway where Bialke scored, another breakaway or partial breakaway that didn't end up getting any scoring opportunity out of it. But, you know, Blue Devils maybe down a little bit with talent or overmatched, so to speak, by the speed and talent of CEC.
Here's a shot right on, hard shot taken by Carson Patton.
The one thing I did really take away from, like I said earlier, from your interview with Coach Finseth is that, you know, as of the new year, he has gotten very good effort out of these guys. And sometimes the controllable that you can talk about is the one thing you can't control is your effort. Sometimes you can't control how good the other team is, but you can always control how hard you work. And, you know, if he's probably having any conversations in the locker room, I don't care what you do the rest of the game, just outwork them. Not exactly sure what that looks like for everybody, but, you know, that means winning races. That means blocking shots like Logan Bialke just takes one in the foot. That stings, but you did it for the guys that sit next to you on the bench.
This is Rudebush controlling the puck. Try to get it up to Mast. Rudebush will control it once again. Into the attacking zone. Now the puck goes to the back wall. Grabbed by Cedar. Up to House. Try to get it back to Cedar. Cedar now had it taken away by Tyler Lamourier. Cedar gets it back to Anderson. A hard shot. That was off Irvin. Scherf tried to control it. Anderson had him all tied up. Pass up to Cedar. Kyle Cedar just dumps it in, and Coach Walters quickly changes his lines. 10-1 CEC. It was 5-1 after the first period, 8-1 after two. Lumberjacks have added two more here in the third. We've been on running time this whole third period with 5 minutes to play in our hockey game. Here's House side of the net. He tried to get it to Kettela. Kettela will drop it back to the point. Oches. And quickly, Scherf will pick up the puck. Gets it in neutral ice, but nothing can develop with that. And we're going to have icing called on CEC. The clock continues to run. We're going to take another break. 4:35 to play in our hockey game. My Nine Sports on this cold evening from the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia.
Mesabi Range College is, I think, the perfect college for traditional or non-traditional students. I came here to start my nursing career. I really like being able to work with people rather than being secluded. Being able to help people, heal them, that makes a difference, wearing your heart on your sleeve. My name is Becky, and this is my Mesabi story.
Under 4 minutes to play in our hockey game. Crane gets it up. This is time in. He tried to drop it for Burke. Finola shoots it down deep. Dushkin cannot control it, and the Blue Devils will just clear it. It's going to go right on goaltender Abrahamson. Maybe one of the easier saves he's had tonight. Blue Devils have had some nice quality
Had a couple
shots.
Opportunities to get the puck to the net here. Not necessarily this period, but, you know, they've had a couple of chances to score. But like we've said before, they're just talent-wise just outmatched. I haven't seen Dylan Drake in the game since the first period. Something happened to him. We didn't get a report on why he was taken out of the game, but I'm assuming it's because of an injury.
I see him down in plain clothes right now. Something must have happened.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, we also haven't seen, you know, Coach Walters being fairly careful with his top line guys. He's played Kettela a little bit. He's played Moore a little bit. Galatz hasn't played at all this period. I'm not exactly sure if that's because of the penalty he took at the end of the period out of frustration, or if he's keeping him out of the game just because. He's already got a hat trick. He's got 4 or 5 points tonight. why risk getting anybody injured? And at the same token, if he's sitting him down because of a penalty that he took at the end of the period, it was a 10-minute misconduct. You know, sometimes it's a good opportunity to say, you know, you got scored some goals. You're a good hockey player. You're a good kid. I deserve you. We expect more out of you. Maybe he's sitting him down, saying this is a chance to just take a shot off the bow, so to speak, and say, no, you're not going to play the rest of the game. Hard to say what it was, but for my take, that's would be a good opportunity for Coach Walters to send that message to his best player.
Yep. Here's Irvin taking a shot from a tough angle, and Abrahamson will just cover up. The clock is running. Under 2 minutes to play in our hockey game. Again, Thursday night we'll be in Hermantown at the Hermantown Ice Arena. The Proctor Rails coach and athletic director Dan Stauber will be there.
We do get a chance to see Glatz here for another shift. He's got him out there the rest of the game here, more than likely. Got him out here for one shift this period.
Mast will put it back into the Cloquet end. 1:15 to play in our hockey game. Here's Moore, gets it up to Glatz. He's got 3 already. Glatz tries to go through a couple defense. Moore puts a shot on from a tough angle. Save made by goaltender Kangas. And Glatz is down on the ice, and that's the only thing I would be fearful right now with some frustration setting in.
You know, maybe if I go back on some of my comments, it's hard to say whether or not that was because of the penalty that he took. Now that I'm seeing how players are playing him, maybe it's just to protect his top player. Who knows? I mean, he gets taken hard down to the ice, and it just takes one little weird play, and then your best player, who's got 25, 26 goals on the season, goes out the last 2 weeks of the season.
Under 30 seconds to play in our hockey game. CEC is going to go to 9-7-1 on the season. This is Dushkin coming in. Dushkin right to the goal. Puck is loose in the slot area. That's cleared away. Oh boy, big check in behind the net by Tiedemann, and we've got a Blue Devil penalty. Clock is going to run out, and they'll just ring up the penalty against the Blue Devils.
I'm not exactly sure what the call was on that. It was actually looked like a pretty good play. Maybe interference. I didn't see the puck go up. Yeah, interference. Puck wasn't anywhere near him. Tiedemann throws the body there on him. Takes the penalty at the end of the game.
Final score 10-1. Cloquet Esco Carleton over Virginia. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll recap all the scoring and all the stats in tonight's hockey game. Once again, it was CEC 10 and Virginia 1. Welcome back to the Brie Cupoletti Arena, the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia, with only a few of us people are still remaining in here, and we're going to run down the stats and show you the replays and all the goals tonight. First of all, the saves. Ian Carlson had 31 saves in the hockey game, and Kyle Abrahamson finished with 16 saves.
And that's debatable, to be honest with you. I feel like the shots were off.
Penalties, Virginia had 1 penalty right at the end of the game for 2 minutes, while CEC had 3 penalties for 14 minutes. Reed, let's look at our highlights now. Here are all the goals. The first goal came at 1:08. It was a quick one.
Yeah, and a great shot from the point and just a rebound. Quick turnaround, and Timon buries the rebound there. Right, first goal of the game. Nice shot to the net. Quick rebound. Maybe a little bit of an uncontrolled rebound by goaltender, but not too bad within the first minute.
Then at 5:11, Christian Glatz got his first of 3 tonight.
Great pass, maybe debatably offsides. But that was Kettela that scored that one right there. Got the pass there across, almost debatably offsides, but Kettela takes the shot, far side goal.
And then at 11:08, Cole Kettela scored his first of a couple.
That was Galatz there on this one. Actually, the flip-flops of the goals, but Galatz jumps around, jumps over a leg pad and buries. That's his first goal of the game.
Okay, which goal we got? Here comes Logan Bielke scoring at 15:58 for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, this was just a play where Cloquet-Esco Carleton got caught on a four-man rush, maybe even 5 in, got a little greedy. Quick turnaround, it caught Logan Bielke on a break, and Blue Devils got one on the board with that one.
4-1, and then at 16:41, here comes Timon once again with his second one of the game.
That time and just going hard to the net after kind of a misplay on the wall, and it just puck found his stick. He goes right around on the backhand and buries that one right around Ian Kangas.
Second period action, 11:29. Christian Galatz scored his 25th goal of the season.
And that's the one where I just wanted to use, wow. Wow. That was unbelievable. Turns around, buries that thing right off the crossbar. Little toe pull, ripped it. Goal.
14-16. Here comes Cole Kettela again. This is his 11th goal of the season.
Well, on a rebound play, Moore kept with it. Rebound, kick back on. That's where we talk about. You can ask the goalie to make 1-2 saves, but the third one, you got to clear out defenseman. That came right out to Timon, and he buried that thing. And then excuse me, that was Kettela.
Yep. And then at 16:08, the final goal of the second period. Here's Timon with his third goal of the evening.
Oh, that was a play there by Galatz, actually. That was one of the goals Galatz wrapped around in the first period and scored.
Okay, then we move to the third period, 26 seconds in. Patton from the point made it 9-1.
Nice little play here, nice little turnaround from behind the net. And Timon going hard to the post right there on that play. Good little escape behind the net. It's difficult for us to kind of tie up and on the switchboard back there to try and find 10 goals, 11 goals on the evening. So we may be mixing them out of order there, but that one right there was Timon going hard to the net.
How about, do we have the last goal by Dushkin, the 10th? Okay, here is the goal by Patton from the point. That made it 9-1.
Yeah, Patton with a nice shot and actually just bodies in front. And, you know, after a long night for Ian Kangas, shot just came through. He didn't see it. Ended up finding the upper corner, and Patton shot that thing hard to the net.
And the 10th goal of the evening with 5:38. Here is Dushkin scoring to make it 10-1. That was the final goal.
Yeah, Dushkin just walking that thing hard to the net, and that's sometimes what you got to do is just ask your players, just go to the net. Sometimes the seam opens up, and right there for Dushkin, all he did was just take it hard to the net on his backhand and fired it. And again, a tough night for Ian Kangas between the pipes. He let in 10 goals, but to be quite honest with you, the shots were way off as far as I felt like he made a lot more saves than what he was credited for. That can't be blamed on a goaltender like Ian Kangas. Virginia just outmatched with talent and speed. And like we said earlier with the interview with Coach Finseth, he's looking for effort. He maybe got some of it tonight at times. Probably could have got a little bit more at times. But a really, really good CEC hockey team.
So the Blue Devils will fall to 5-11-2 on the season. They'll travel to Eveleth on Thursday night for the big hockey game with the Golden Bears, with also the announcing of the new school name, the school colors, and the school mascot. Meanwhile, CEC will host Bemidji on Friday night at their home rink.
Any guesses, Bob, what you think the mascot's going to be over there and the name is going to be? I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear. It's either going to be Laurentian or Rock Ridge, and mascots, a couple of different things. They're going to announce the colors. For those of us that have spent time in the area, kind of an exciting time to see those two schools merge, and that's the time these people have been waiting for, is to see what the name and what the mascot's going to be. So
that'll do it from the Miners Memorial Building on this Tuesday night. We want to thank Darwin Aller, Givenchy George, and Justin Pullman on the cameras, John back at KBGR. We also got to thank our executive producer and director down in the truck. That's Terry Hardica, along with Reed Larson and Bob Cohn, thanking you for viewing tonight's game. Once again, our final score tonight, CEC 10 and Virginia 1. Good night, everyone.